So good afternoon, everyone. Very happy to be here. Again, connecting with the Masters in Photonics and the teachers, the colleagues from the past. So it's great to be year after year going back and collaborating and doing things together. So I'd like to tell you a little bit my experience. I think in my case, it's about going from Master in Photonics and ending up in a spin-off company, QSight, which is where I'm working now. And I'll tell you a little bit what my path has been and what's going on my career. So, in a nutshell, so I'm a telecommunication engineer. I graduated at the UPC. I did an old plan bachelor thesis from 2008 to 2013. Then I joined. You'll see later. I joined ICFO for my bachelor thesis. And then before starting my PhD program, I did the master's in photonics from 2013 to 2014. After finishing the master, I went to the PhD. I did it at ICFO, and with all the technology that we developed and built over that time, we ended up co-founding QSight in 2017. And this is, I'd like to walk you through a little bit the details on this timeline. So again, I started in 2008. I like a lot building things, so I went into telecom engineering. And at some point, when I was in my fourth year, there were two things that I liked a lot. One was cryptography and the ability to protect information, and the other one were some subjects that I took on laser physics and quantum optics. So I ended up, I was somehow decided that I wanted to work in something that combined those two ideas, and I ended up discovering that there was a research field called quantum cryptography, and then I said, that's for me. So I tried to apply for different, so I tried to look for different opportunities to do my bachelor's thesis on quantum technologies, and I found ICFO, and I found a position there. So basically, I joined for my bachelor's thesis to the groups of Antonio Thin, Valerio Pruneri, and Morgan Mitchell, a collaborative project. And I was working on the development of quantum random number generators, high-speed quantum random number generators. So this is some of the things that we built over that period. So this was a prototype, and what I liked a lot about that period of time is that we somehow had the chance to work on demonstrating things in the lab, work a little bit on the theory and the formal aspects of the quantum optics, and finally build prototypes that we could plug into other people's experiments or facilities. In this case, we interconnected this box here in a preliminary interfacing with a supercomputer. So when I finished my bachelor thesis, I was offered a PhD position, and as Clara's mentioned, I had to go through a master's program. The choice was immediate, so basically the master's in photonics, I already knew about it, and I had many colleagues that already went through it and had great recommendations. So basically, I joined the Masters in Photonics program while starting a little bit, finishing the thesis and combining it for the next stages of my research at ICFO. Something that I did at the time, and because I was very focused on the random number generation project and quantum communication, so I asked my supervisors if I could do a thesis so that I could explore another research area, which is it was on quantum, but a different type of technology. So I basically helped a PhD student in the group optimize an entangled photon source. At that time was one of the fastest entangled photon sources that was built. And basically that allowed me to see something different, work with a different sort of people before I would start the PhD program dedicated to the photonic quantum random number generation. So I'll say a few words about the master in photonics at the end. After the master, I started the PhD program at ICFO. It was basically, this is the first slide of my PhD thesis defense. So it was on building random number generators for industrial applications. And as you saw in the first picture, basically we moved from tabletop experiments into shoebox-like prototypes. And finally, we managed to integrate everything on a single photonic integrated chipset. And at that point, with all of those research results, the patents that were developed, and the know-how, myself and some colleagues on the team, we decided to spin off a company. Something important in this period of time, and this is as well something that the Master in Photonics provides, not only directly in the program, but also in sort of the ecosystem that it builds, is training on business-like activities. As a program with ICFO, I had the chance to participate in an entrepreneurship course at the Berkeley Haas Business School in California, but somehow a project that was part-time here and then a couple of weeks in California. And that helped a lot for making the final step, which was spinning off by the end of 2017 a spin-off company. So basically, I'm now working at QSight. We are located in the Barcelona area, actually in Castelldefels, next in a building of the UPC campus here. We have more than 20 people working, quantum scientists, photonic engineers, electronic engineers, working on the development of our products. We have our own lab and R&D facilities, and we have partners around our value chain, from manufacturing up to applications in cryptography and supercomputation. And what we're trying to do is basically we're working on building quantum technologies, making them a reality, so that we can contribute in making connectivity a little bit safer for everyone on Earth, and making computation more powerful than what we can do today. And as a few words about the Masters in Photonics, so I have very good memories of that time. And actually now at QSight, I think that we are 4 or 5 people here that have gone through the Masters in Photonics. I think one of the things that I like the most is that the Master in Photonics provides access to living research centers and companies in which you can do your master thesis. So that is, to me, that was the option to combine a hands-on project working at the state of the art, while combining a series of lectures that you could choose, so you could specialize in the area that you wanted. So this combination of hands-on approach, working on real projects, and getting training, high-quality training from high-quality teachers, was something that I valued a lot. As an engineer, to me in particular, it also allowed me to take on some of the parts that were not touched in my engineering degree, in quantum optics and other subjects like biophotonics. I took a course there. The idea to me on that was trying to expand a little bit type of knowledge, not only on my field, but getting a little bit of a broader vision of photonics. And last but not least, and I'd like to emphasize this one, is basically I have many connections out from my year in the Masters in Photonics. Again, I have colleagues working here at QSight now. I have relationship with the teachers of the Master. I have very good connections with alumni of this Master, and also, of course, my supervisors from this time. So this helps you get your foot on the photonics industry with a nice network that you can use to get PhD positions, to get opportunities, and to get exposed to a field that has a massive impact on our society, but at the same time is also somehow everyone knows everyone. So having a nice network at the beginning can help you get your foot on the position or the program that you really want to take part in. So this is everything from my side, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.